Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel once again. It's been a minute, and we are super excited to have this discussion today. So, we want to talk about breaking the gap in a typical resistant environment. And you agree with me that it's something that normally happens, right? So, it's normal. It's something that going through your career, you'll face it one way or another. So there's no way you're going to say that you've been working for maybe 15 years or even 5 years and you've never faced a resistance. It's a lie. So every environment, you definitely face one thing or another. But again, I'm not saying that everyone must have a resistant environment. Yours might be different, but just to make you understand that once you're joining the field, you should keep an open mind because just like we talk about embracing change, things really happen in different environments. So, just a quick introduction again. I am an agile coach and 7 leader senior scrum master, and I have a solid passion for helping teams and organizations thrive in an agile environment. So this is definitely one of our channel, and we equally have another one that has been created. We're trying to build that up because for some reason we're facing a challenge or some challenges with this particular channel. But let's see how it goes, right? Irrespective of whether it's gonna be this channel that is gonna stand for the longest period of time or the other one, you will be notified. So let's dive into the reasons why we are here today. So it's about resistance. And again, this is based on our experience. So feel free to share yours as well, because this is a learning process for us. We learn every day. Matter of fact, I learn from a lot of other people. I learn from even my colleagues from work. So it's a learning opportunity. So, how would you actually deal with a resistant team member or with a resistant environment? Again, things happen, and it's not for you to panic, right? Remember, you're going in as an expert, so there's need for you to focus on the reason why you're there. So I've actually had a situation where I joined a team and they claimed they were so mature. And before I was even hired, I was told that that particular environment they are doing great when it comes to agile. Like they're reflecting or implementing agile best practices in the best possible way. But when I joined, yes, they were doing some great stuff when it comes to agile. However, gaps they were like extremely resistant. Right? They were resistant to certain aspects of agile. I'll give you a typical example. The aspect of empowering individuals. So there was this situation where all the team were just focused. So it was okay. I'll focus on my team. So there was a particular team that before they even make a decision, they have to actually go through their manager. As when I talk about not being able to make their own decision. I'm like, I was just so surprised. I'm like, okay, you're implementing all of this other stuff, like trying to reflect agile, trying your possible best to ensure that you are a typical agile practitioner. However, there are a lot of things or there are gaps, that I personally identified while I'm doing my observation, doing my one-on-one and asking a whole lot of questions. So I realized that before they even make a decision, like their manager must give them an approval. When I'm talking about decision, as simple as maybe scheduling a daily stand-up. Scheduling a daily stand-up, they have to reach out to their manager. Oh, what time do you think we can have our daily stand-up? And I was like, what is going on? What is actually going on? You're a team. So there's need for you to own your process. There's need for you to own your work as a team and be able to make your own decision because you are the ones that are actively involved in, achieving this work or ensuring that, you gradually embark on the work and ensure it is done. So as a team, there's need for you to, be able to make your own decision. You have to be empowered. You have to be courageous enough to face your challenges because the manager is not always going to be there to tell you, or should not even be the one to tell you, okay, go this route, go that route, go. It doesn't normally work like that. So, but During I brought this suggestion during retrospective because it's something I observed quite a lot, and I was just wondering like what is going on. I thought you told me that this environment is mature. So how, like, what type of maturity is this? I was just asking a lot of questions in my head. So during retrospective, I brought this suggestion to the team as to, so I was like, why don't we own our own process? Like, why do we have to go to our manager to ask for the simplest thing as to maybe schedule an event? That maybe the manager is not even going to attend. The manager will not even have time for it. Why do we have to go through that route? And they're like, oh, it's a cultural thing here. So I was like, okay, if it's a cultural thing and we want to really get to that cross functional area or the path, we want to ensure that we're able to make our own decisions ourselves, because again, that manager is not always going to be there, and it shouldn't even be that case. So I suggested that moving forward, is it okay for us to try, to make our own decisions, and then we can later, let the manager know that this is what has happened. Because I believe that managers will actually, appreciate team members that are actually able to, that are courageous enough, and that, they can do a whole lot of things behind their back, positive things, and just keep them in the queue as to, okay, this is what we've decided to do, or this is what we are doing moving forward. So they were like, I don't know how that is gonna work. This is how we've always done it. I said, okay, we are gonna try. And before us trying, I'm gonna make sure that I connect with the manager, with your manager, just to make sure he's aware of what we're about to do. So they were like, okay, let's give it a try, but they are not sure it's something that is actually gonna work. So I connected with their manager, and I helped him to understand, how to reflect agile best practices. Like whenever it comes to a team, for instance, we need to empower them. We need to give them that sense of responsibility and accountability at the same time, because again, they are the ones doing this work, right? So we want to make them feel like they belong. We want to motivate them, and that way, once they are motivated, of course, they are going to deliver quality value at the end of the sprint. Because one thing I noticed with, this behavior, because the team members were so scared in doing certain things, they were very limited. They were very, very limited, and as a matter of fact, it actually affected their outcome, or affected their end result. So connecting with the manager, and the good thing is the manager was very open. He was very, very open to my suggestion, and was like, okay, we're going to give it a try. However, this is what has been going on. This is what we have been doing. I said, okay, again, there's a reason why I was hired. So, or there's a reason why I am here. So let's try this other route and see how it's going to work for us. So we tried that route. It was very hard for the, for for the manager to keep to his word. However, I just kept on, coaching him, reminding him, oh, remember our agreement. Give the team that opportunity to, because sometimes the team will even reach out to the manager to make a decision. And the manager will be like, you know what, just go ahead and do it and tell me what you've decided to do. So I was so impressed because he kept to his word. And then what happened was the team was able to, make solid decisions on their own, something that they had never done before. Um, they were very resistant to it when I first all brought it up. It took me a while. I won't, I gave them opportunities to fail, because they failed a couple, like one. They were like, okay, let's try this. Let's try this route that, Germany is talking about, and see what the result will actually look like. So they actually tried it out, and the result was actually massive. It was really, really massive. Their manager was impressed, especially during their sprint review, because the things like the user stories the team members were working on, because they were so scared, sometimes they even have bandwidth, and they are scared to pick on new work because they're like, oh, I don't know if our manager is gonna say you're doing this wrong, or you're doing, like, they were just scared for the unknown, very, very scared for just nothing. So first of all, pointed them towards the direction of focusing on their sprint goal, achieving that first. And when they have time, like bandwidth, of course, they communicated that through daily stand up. And then they were able to help areas of bottlenecks, especially with team members that had user stories that was more cumbersome. So they were able to extend bandwidth. And um, when I realized that there was still more time, team members were able to were willing to pick on new work items. And I just made sure that, we once they pick those new work users stories, we reprioritize our sprint goal, and then I actually encourage them to just take enough that they can deliver for that sprint, because again, we're very close to the end of the sprint, so there's really no need for us to embark on user stories that is going to move from one sprint to another. So this actually helped a whole lot. It added a whole lot of value to the team, and they were like, okay. We realized that they were doing that they actually told me, doing sprint retrospective, that they had no idea, that they were doing it the wrong way. They actually felt that, they were implementing the agile best practices, and I was like, things happen, right? So we learn every day. It's not like because I'm here, I'm an expert, and there's never a time that in other words, I was just trying to make them to understand that it's a learning opportunity, and they just need to keep that mindset of being open and embracing new things, because agile itself is a way of continuous inspection and adaptation. So they should be able to welcome new changes, welcome suggestions, try it out. If it doesn't work, they can definitely tweak things around and adjust gradually as time goes by. So pick the things that are working, and the ones that are not working, put them in the trash, right, and keep forging. So again, the outcome or the result of talking with their manager, helping the manager to understand the reason why the team needs to be empowered, and the team actually embracing that, trying to give accepting to give it a try. We're able to achieve quality result at the end of the sprint, doing sprint review, while the team were demoing their work. I could see that huge smile on the manager's face and every other stakeholder that was present, because again, there was never a time during their sprint that they actually achieved everything they committed to. Talk less of going again into the backlog and pulling something new and get it done for that particular sprint. So this was like the very first time, and it was something that was just outstanding. It was outstanding. So the team got all the credits, which I was so happy about. And moving forward, we implemented that, because again, it's something that worked, right? So why do we want to doing sprint retrospective? They called it out, and they appreciated me for being patient with them, because like I said, when the first time I suggested, they were like, nah, it's not gonna work. This is our environment, this is how we've always done it. So I let them fail. I realized it wasn't working for them. There was some grudges, at the back. So gradually, with my one-on-one, being able to tackle the root cause, I was able to gradually help them to implement agile best practices, and we got quality results. So there are different ways in which we face resistance in our different environment. So depending on your own case, just make sure that again you're there as the expert, right? So make sure you identify the root cause analysis. Make sure you're coming up with action items to close any gaps that you identify. And at the end of the day, whatever, make sure you're celebrating it, especially positive results. Celebrate it as much as possible, because I mean, who doesn't want to be celebrated? Everyone does, right? So anyways, that's what we had for you today, and we hope that this is going to be helpful. And please do not forget to use the comment section. Tell us about your own experience, because again, this is a learning process for us. We learn every day. There's no way we are going to ever say that we know it all. We can never know it all. If that was the case, therefore we can call ourselves God, right? So please make sure that for those of you that are new, subscribe, like, share, comment, and don't hesitate to also follow our new channel, the Jermaine Scrum Fair. That's the name. Please make sure you follow that, because we're going to be creating a lot of content on that channel as well. Because like I said, we're facing some challenges with this particular one. So thank you so much, and happy Easter. Make sure you enjoy your time, spend great time with your family, and enjoy. Just enjoy. Happy Easter once again. Bye.